Armando Baker here.
It's Luke May.
This is Tyler Hansbrough.
University of North Carolina.
Here's North Carolina.
I just want to shout out my boy JBear_YT.
JBear_YT.
It's Carolina family, baby.
Go Heels.
Go Heels.
What's up, boys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're doing another mock draft. It's been a while since we've done one. We haven't done one since before the Combine. And also, the Russell Wilson trade has happened. The Deshaun Watson trades happened. The Carson Wentz trade has happened. So there's been a lot of stuff going on in the NFL. Free agency started, so that'll change some things. So this will be a new mock draft. It'll be different than what we've seen as opposed to a lot of the mock drafts. Different picks all over the place. So this should be an exciting one, probably the most exciting yet, as we are I guess still over a month away from the draft. But anyways, starting here at the first overall pick, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars. I've been going Evan Neal here, but that's looking less common than it. Well, there goes that. Alright, we're back on track. No big deal. But that's looking less common than ever, I'd say. But it's still quite possible. So with this pick here, let's get it going with Aiden Hutchinson. For me, he's my second overall prospect in the draft, just barely right now, behind Evan Neal. And it still wouldn't be a bad move for him. But considering they brought back Cam Robinson for next year, which obviously might not be the future option, but we'll see how that goes. Number 2 overall. This is an interesting pick right here for the Lions, because Kyle Hamilton, I'm starting to think more and more with this draft class, it's not a bad pick. Like, positional value be darned. I don't think Kyle Hamilton here is a bad pick whatsoever, really. I truly don't. But, I mean, obviously you can go quarterback like Malik Willis. He is still probably the most hyped up quarterback prospect in this draft. Well, he's definitely the most hyped up, no doubt about it. But I still have Sam Howell above him. I mean, so this is a tough position. I'm going to go Kyle Hamilton. I'm going to be different than what I've done before and go probably best player available here, and that's Kyle Hamilton. Outside of Evan Neal, of course, but they don't really need to go offensive line, and they got a good offensive line down there in Detroit. Number 3, we have the Houston Texans on the clock, which for me, if this is what's going on, they got an easy choice. Best player available. In my opinion, the best player in the entire draft, and that's Evan Neal. Doesn't have a dang near ounce of fat in his entire body. So great in run blocking and pass protection. He's a really good all-around tackle prospect. Number 4, we had the New York Jets on the clock. And for me, they could go Kayvon Thibodeaux here. Not sure what his stock is looking like currently. His stock's been all over the place for like the past couple of months. Some people have him even outside the top 10 now, which obviously I'm not buying into. But I'll go with Ken Ekwonu because I think he's solidified himself as the second best offensive lineman in this draft, if not the first for some people. So I'll go Ken Ekwonu there. New York Giants here at 5. They're probably going to go Charles Cross, and because they can probably get Kayvon Thibodeaux to pick 7 if that's where they want to go. So I'm going to go Charles Cross because it's just a smarter move because you don't have to worry about the Panthers taking him, which is like the Panthers have made some offensive line moves in free agency that are helping us for sure. Bradley Bozeman coming in at center. That's definitely an upgrade from what we had. And same thing with Austin Corbett at right guard more than likely. So our line is getting better. It's still nothing to. If Charles Cross, what I'm trying to say is if Charles Cross was available, that's who I was going to take. But since he's not, I'm going to go quarterback. We've missed out on so many quarterbacks just everywhere. I mean, we could go for Jimmy G, but do we really want to give up more draft capital for him? Like, I just can't see us doing that. I think we should draft a quarterback. And in my opinion, the best quarterback in the class is Sam Howell. He may not have the highest upside, but he's Malik Willis if Malik Willis was good at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not as fast as Malik Willis. He's not as strong-armed as Malik Willis, but he's better. So I'm going to go Sam Howell. I think he's QB1 for me. Don't see that changing. Number 7, we have the New York Giants, who I will have going with Kayvon Thibodeaux here. Throughout most of the year, he was the number 1 top prospect. Kind of fallen off a little bit with some concerns, but He's still definitely going to be top 10 in my opinion. Number 8, we have the Atlanta Falcons on the clock here, who I think will probably go. They should go corner or wide receiver. I'm not sure wide receiver 8 is what you'd want to go with. Although I think Garrett Wilson probably would be the guy if they did decide to. But I'm going to go corner because I think the corners on the board are just better than the receivers overall. And my top corner right now is Ahmad Sauce Gardner out of Cincinnati. So I'll have him going at 8 there. Excuse me. Number 9, we have the Seattle Seahawks, who obviously traded their pick. Well, Denver traded their pick to get Russell Wilson along with some other draft capital and Noah Fant. So here at 9, they'll be picking secondary. That'll be a big help. Trent McDuffie, Derek Stingley, both fantastic options. So I'm going to go Derek Stingley here because I think he's a prospect you can work with, if that's the right wording for it. Since now Seattle's not going to be good for a while, more than likely, they can work with him, and he'll be really good down the line if he's developed properly. Number 10, we have the New York Jets, and I'm going to go with a hot riser out of this edge class, and that's Trayvon Walker. We've always known the potential was there, but the combine, he really showed out and showed that he's probably going to be a top 10 pick. He could go definitely top 15 in my opinion, but top 10 probably with how he performed. So Trayvon Walker there at 10. Number 11, we have the Washington Commanders. Glad I didn't call them the football team there. So with this pick, wide receiver actually is looking pretty tempting. I could go with Garrett Wilson here, or even Drake London at this spot. But I think Trent McDuffie's value is too much to pass up on at this point. They traded for Carson Wentz, which is questionable, if I had to say so. But here we go with Trent McDuffie at 11. And all the corners are off the board. That's really tough for the Vikings here at 12, who desperately need a corner. Not desperately. But here at 12, since all those options are off the board, top wide receiver still available, I think that's a good look right there. So I'm going to go with Garrett Wilson out of Ohio State. He is my number 1 wide receiver at the moment. So we'll go with him here. And now you got a stacked wide receiver room. At least, maybe not have the best depth, but starting, you got Garrett Wilson, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. That's nasty. That's disgusting. So here at 13, we have the Texans again with their second pick of the draft after they acquired this from the Cleveland Browns for the Deshaun Watson deal, which kind of blew me away because we thought they were out of the conversation at some point. I was almost going to guarantee it would be the Saints, but it's not, so it's interesting. But here at number 13, we got the Texans. Could go BPA. Who do we take? We took Evan Neal, right, at 3rd overall. So right here, yeah, we can go best player available. And scrolling down the board, Jordan Davis is tempting. He was a monster at the combine. I mean, an absolute menace. Doesn't have the greatest pass rushing upside, I'd say. But I'm still going to go with him. He's a... Do I? Yeah, it's whatever. I'm going to go Jordan Davis. He was an absolute freak at the combine. He doesn't necessarily play like that freaky of an athlete, but he's a fantastic run stuffer. If he can turn out and be a good pass rusher somehow, he's going to be incredible. But anyways, here at 14, we have the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to go David Ajabo. The linking between Ajabo and Odafe Owe, who's also on the squad in their high school careers, is just too tempting for me to pass on. And also, hardball to hardball, it just makes too much sense. So here at 15, I'm going to go with my next edge rusher off the board, and that's George Karlaftis out of Purdue. I think he's kind of been getting disrespected lately. Like, it's hard to mock where he'll go, but his game translates well to the NFL, and I like him here at 15. Here at 16, we have the second Eagles pick. I kind of want to go wide receiver because there's a lot of great options on the board, and that position, I know they've invested a lot into it, but it's not figured out quite yet. So I'm going to go Drake London, wide receiver out of USC. At number 17, boy, would the Chargers love to see Jordan Davis still on the board, but since he's not, we could go wide receiver. There's still some really good options in that category available. Could go tackle as well, being that It's not quite figured out yet. So I'm going to go Trevor Penning out of Northern Iowa. You can start him at guard right away if you need to, but I think he could play decent at tackle. Probably going to draw a lot of penalties, but he plays a really nasty type mentality. And he's really closely graded for me with Bernhard Raimann, but since Trevor Penning's nastiness is probably going to be appreciated a lot more in the NFL, I'm going to go with him here. Number 18, we have the Saints on the board. Since they missed out on quarterback, might as well go with a really high upside one here. And that's going to be Malik Willis, quarterback out of Liberty. So I'll go with that. Possibly the highest upside quarterback in the draft. 19, the third and final Eagles pick in this mock. Do we go... The line, it really isn't a problem. I'm going to go linebacker. Haven't gone with linebacker yet. I'm going to go Devin Lloyd out of Utah. 20th, we got the Steelers. Do I go Pickett? Not very high on Pickett. I think I'm going to go... Man, I like Matt Corral more than Desmond Ridder, I think. You're going to go Matt Corral here out of Ole Miss with that spot. He is my third-ranked quarterback. You know, he didn't get to participate in the combine and stuff like that with his injury. I still like him better than Pickett and Desmond Ridder, if I'm being honest. 21, we have the Patriots, who could go with linebacker. That'd be pretty cool. Also, but I think I'm going to go wide receiver. And with the options available, Chris Olave is a really safe option. Jameson Williams, really high upside. Same thing with Treylon Burks. So I want to go Jameson Williams here. 22, we have the Green Bay Packers, who took the Oakland Raiders spot, trading for a pretty out-of-nowhere trade, in my opinion, trading for Devontae Adams. So they have this 22nd pick now. And they can go O-line. I like Bernhard Raimann being on the board here. So let's go with it. Let's go Bernhard Raimann. 23, we have the Cardinals, who don't necessarily need to go offensive line, but Tyler Linderbaum's available. Rodney Hudson is getting up there in age. He's definitely up there in age. Pretty high up there in age. So I'm going to go with him. He's really valuable. He can step in, maybe play guard until Hudson retires or moves on from the team. Or maybe you can sell off Hudson to a contender who needs a center later on. So I'm going to go with Linderbaum here. 24, we have the Dallas Cowboys, who need to go pass rush. Let's see what edge rushers I have left available. Okay. Jermaine Johnson available, really safe option there. Boye Mafe might end up going in the first round as well. He's borderline that for me. So I'm going to go Jermaine Johnson here, really safe option, and might have... He performed well at the combine, so he might have more upside than we thought. 25 with the Buffalo Bills. I'm not going to go wide receiver. I'm going to go Devontae Wyatt. He's too good to be available. Debatably defensive tackle 1. He's right there with Jordan Davis, in my opinion. Excuse me. 26. We got the Tennessee Titans on the clock. They did bring back Harold Landry. They could go... I mean, you can't really have enough pass rush. Wide receiver is also pretty tempting. I'm going to go wide receiver, get some more weapons out there. Do I go with the upside in Treylon Burks? That'd be kind of disgusting putting him alongside A.J. Brown. That sounds too good to pass up. I'm going to go Treylon Burks here. 27, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Tom Brady's coming back. What a shock. I'm not sure if I've done a mock since that decision. No, I definitely haven't. But here, it seems pretty much like if Zion Johnson doesn't go higher than 27, it seems like pretty much a lock here. You can put him at guard or center, possibly even tackle, although he's probably better at guard. 28, we have the second of 2 Green Bay Packers picks, and they never go wide receiver. They just never do it. But here, the options are too good to pass up on me. Although in all likelihood the Packers won't, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go Chris Olave out of Ohio State. 29, we have the Dolphins on the clock. Could go Nakobe Dean to play at linebacker. Secondary, not the biggest of needs there. Wide receiver could go Jahan Dotson. If Chris Olave was here, I'd definitely be taking that. But with what else is available, I think I'm going to go linebacker here. I'm going to go Nakobe Dean. 30, we have the Kansas City Chiefs. I think maybe go corner or edge. is where I'm looking here. Andrew Booth's available. Let's look at the corners overall. Booth, Elam. So yeah, it'd be Booth if I decide to go with one of those. Ebiketie, that's pretty tempting as well. I kind of like the corner options more at this point. I'm going to go Andrew Booth out of Clemson. 31, we have the Bengals, who offensive line, a lot is off the board at this point. Kenyon Green, is he a first rounder? Didn't have a great combine. It wasn't bad. It really wasn't. So I think I am going to go Kenyon Green here. He's very versatile on the offensive line, but he was just an average athlete. And I feel like he got too punished for that. So I'm going to go Kenyon Green out of Texas A&M. And with the final pick, we have the Detroit Lions, who I had going Kyle Hamilton, 2nd overall. And here, might as well go out and get a quarterback to give a 5th-year option to, which is definitely what I'm going to opt to do. Desmond Ridder, Kenny Pickett. I like Desmond Ridder more, so I'm going to go Desmond Ridder, quarterback out of Cincinnati, to wrap up this mock draft. So here I'll scroll down so you guys can take a peek at what we've got available. So thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do the YouTube stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.